Welcome to RAYGO Chess. We're back in hot seat. We're currently 903 elo. This is the road to 1000. We seem to be going up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm struggling to get there. I am going to try and just think, forget the elo. Let's just have a game of chess. I'm just here to play chess. 30-minute rapids. Let's go. If you're new here, I've been playing for about a year and a half. Okay, so we're playing MMA. Something up or other. For those who don't know, I have got the setting on where I move my piece and then I do confirm in the bottom right corner. It's just off the screen, you can't see it. It's basically just to prevent any sort of mouse slips or anything like that. Sorry for anyone who's heard that a million times, but had to be said. Okay. I think he's going for what's called the Stafford Gambit. And the way to sort of counter it, the way to feed into it is I would take that and then he would probably come out with his knight after, with the idea of taking with this pawn and then basically just freeing both his bishops and his queen. But obviously we're not going to feed into that. But now this sort of disrupts the Italian, because if I move here, he can sort of jump in and just take. So I'm thinking before we bring our bishop out, we just bring the pawn forward one. Yeah. Just to basically back this, so if he brings in the knight, we can take it. And by the way, I don't really know openings or nothing like that. I've just been, the past day or two, kind of like studying the Stafford the Stafford opening or Stafford Gambit, whatever it's called, because I'm interested in maybe doing it myself. Okay, so now I'm worried about him bringing this knight in with the idea backing it with the bishop. So I'm thinking maybe we just hop in, take the pawn, and then the queen sort of covers g4. Let's do it. And then if he was to play some sort of sacrifice, we can take it, but then he can't hop the knight in because we hit it twice. At this point, I'm considering... Well, I was considering that, but then he's got two attackers on it now because he's just dropped this pawn. So maybe we just call it a day and hop back, but then no, because we're blocking that. I feel like this guy's got a few tricks of the trade going on right about now. Another option would be we just push up, and then if he takes, we take. The only issue with that is our queen becomes exposed, and then we have to take his queen, losing the rights to castle, which I don't really like the idea of. So therefore, our best options are sort of hit here, unless I offer up the trade here, but then we're going to be doubling up our rooks. So maybe we just hop in. Saying that, no, because then if he hops in here, he still has that idea. What if I was to push forward, preventing any kind of... Well, it'll basically just pin, but then all he's got to do is drop. What other options have we got? Let's deep this for a second. Is there a sacrifice on the cards? You take... No. I'm thinking we just save the knight. I don't really like it, I'll be honest. Because I don't like the idea of him being able to bring this in. But I suppose at that point, then we could push his bishop, and then that essentially just becomes a semi-exposed knight. He could push forwards. If he does, we could take. But then I suppose he's got his queen involved. The Italian's fully gone. That opening's over. So now we need to focus on just principles. If he loses connection and we win, I won't be mad. I really won't be mad. But do we have to wait 2 minutes? Chess.com? Can we not have it a bit quicker than that? Let's not bank on that anyway. If he pushes, we take. He could then take. Or he could even come in with his queen. I suppose whatever he takes, if he pushes down, we take. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was worried about. Okay. Obviously, he's just trying to get the quick one. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. If I push forwards... 1 second. Give me a second. Okay. The problem I'm having is, if we push this pawn forwards, and then he takes, we can't take with the queen, because then he will just come in and take our queen. I can't take that yet, because then he can just come in, and that's checkmate. So I'm thinking we would just push forward one. If I push forward one and then he takes, that's a problem. If I come up here, it's the same problem. If I hop back... Okay. What if I put my queen on the white square? If you come in, I take. And then if you push forward, I hop the knight in. And then if you take the knight, white take, hop the knight in. If you push again, I take. You hop the knight in again. I think that's the move. I feel like this guy was definitely following some sort of stuff that we don't like the look of. A lot of wins. Okay. So that's what we anticipated. Threatening the knight. We've also got the bishop on this square. I don't like this bully. So now I'm thinking, if we take, he could take and then get his rook involved. We could apply pressure here onto his bishop and make him do something. I think that's the move. Okay. Threat averted. Threat averted. I'm not going to lie, I don't know why I'm hyping off that. So now I'm thinking, fly up, pin the knight. He drops, we drop back, keep it pinned. And then we have an escape route. Developing our piece in the meantime. Get a nice little, what's it called in? Okay, if you hop in now, I can take. If you hop in that way, I can take. Problem is, straight after you're going to take my bishop. So what if I push forward first? But if you totally ignore that, you come in there, or there, or there. I don't like this guy. I really don't. Or do I just ignore everything and get in the ting? What else have we got? What if I just take and then you take? And then you sort of blocked in. But then it's a bishop knight endgame. But do you know what? What would I rather fight of his? Or do I just develop a piece? Or do I develop this piece and back the knight? So if he does jump in, I can take him. And then if he takes, I can take with the knight. I know knight's on the rim of Grim. But I think in this circumstance, we never really had a choice. What if I just come back? I've made you drop that. We carry on as we were. Back in this piece. Knight still can't really come in. Okay. If you hop in there, I can take. You're looking to take this, are you? What if I drop again? I don't like playing retreating moves. Or what if I even just come here? Can always castle this way. Mm. If I castle that way. If I castle this way. And then you hop in. I can take, and then the rook will be facing your queen. If you come in, same SP. Feel like we need to castle. Try and give the king some kind of safety. Because although I feel like I'm putting it in danger in that corner, surely it's better in there than being exposed. I push. You push past. I take. I push through, threaten your queen. You hop in here. I take your queen, you take mine. I take with your queen, you take my queen, I take your queen. Hang on, I take your pawn, you take my queen, I take your queen. I win a pawn and your queen, and you win a queen. I push up, threatening your queen again. You take, I take. I take, you take. That queen has to go now, because now that is a threat. Push, threaten. Or do I just push? Saying that, I could push this, prevent from coming in. Prevents that, and if he comes in... Oh, wasn't expecting that. Was not expecting that at all. If I push forward, he could then take again, actually. I can't take. If I push forward, I lose the thing. If I push up here and he comes down, I suppose I could take. Push up, threaten, then bishop. Then he could hop in, put me in check again. But then I could take. Take. Or take. You take. I think we just take with the king here, don't we? Hang on. Take. You move. I can take back either way. But if you hop in here, I can then push there anyway. If you hop there and I move across and then you come down, then I take and then you hop in there. Across, take, up, check, push. Should be pretty safe. Or do I just avoid all that and go straight there? Or Do I go there and then you take and then I take and then if you go there I take you. 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 If you go there I could take you. Ooh. If you go there. Not really doing anything. If I go here and then there, I'm threatening this, and then no one can really come and help back you other than the rook. Hang on, if I go here and you hop there, in fact, if I go here, is there any way you can hop to put me back in check? You're... So if I go to this square, no, this square, none of them do anything for you, and then I could potentially come up and get you with the bishop. You could hop there. In which case, I'll probably just go there. Yeah. Oh, no. This is why you have mouse slip. Because if I take that and then he comes across, he could potentially get my rook. So let's get the knight involved. Let's get the knight involved. I'm expecting this. In which case I'm going to take it. Oh no, that's not a bad move. If he drops, we can take. We can also take this with the rook. If I take and then you take and then I take and then you push down, I need to push forward and then basically protect this pawn at all costs. Another option is I push forward and then you go up. But then your rook's still in the game. This is the pawn we want to protect. If I push and you take, I can take. And if you push down, I can take again. Creating another pass pawn. Okay. I think that works well for us. Because if I push this forward now, you need to come over here. Hang on. Push. Push. Or dare I just push that? No, because then you can en passant, can't you? But even if you did, then I could just come this way. Or do I just push here? Or do I just let them come to me? Maybe let them come to me. Or is there another option? What if I hop in here? One, two. No, too much. One, two. No. Push. No. Push. Maybe just try and get this knight involved somehow. I think that was it. I think that was the move. If I hop here, you can't come in. Hang on, if I hop here, you can't go there. You can't go there. I think that was it. I think that might be our big break. Push. Push, push. His king can't go there because of the knight. His king can't go there because of our king. His king can't go there because of our king. So, okay, I think what we need to do... If I push here and then hop in, am I overthinking things? His king can't drop here either because of this pawn. If he goes here, we can put him in check. And then if he pushes forward, we go there. Or do we go this way? Yeah, go that way. And then push forward, because he can't go there because of the knight. So he has to come here. Okay. Hop here with the back of the pawn. Push the last pawn up. Go for the ladder. Try not to stalemate. Giddy up there, my boy! Giddy up there, my boy! I'm not gonna lie. That felt like a really good win. Bloomin' Ecker's like. Game review. I felt like I played really well then. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I am tripping. But I felt like I played really well. Oh my days. I played with 83.4% accuracy with the game rating of 1,550. He played with a 1,250. None of us made a blunder. I had one miss. He had two misses. I made one mistake. He made none. I had 20 best. He had 15. I had one great. He had two. Bro, that was a game. Let's just, before we go into the review, just check his history. Look at his picture. Like, this guy ain't playing. April the 11th, 2026, he joined. Let's just see if he's ever been at 1,000 elos. So he was at 899 then. Pardon me. Doesn't look like it. He's a good player. I'm not gonna lie. Put me through my paces there. Let's have a quick review.
One of my favorite opening moves. It's a textbook way for your opponent to fight for the... Good. Developing a piece and attacking a pawn in the... Opposing knights meet and threaten each other's pawn. Good job stepping in to defend your pawn. A strong choice. Their best option was to develop a piece. You found a safer square for your knight. This move builds more pressure on your pawn.
Yeah, I didn't like all this.
This blocks an attack on your pawn.
In fact, this whole scenario, I felt serious pressure. And then when his queen came in there, I was like, oh my days. There was just so much.
Your pawn is undefended, so this move loses material.
I think finding that square was better than these boys are giving me credit for. How was that best to explain?
You've added an extra layer of protection to your pawn.
Okay. But then you take, then I take. I suppose so. I suppose it's not the worst move, to be fair. All right, I'll
Your
give you
pawn is
that.
undefended, so
But
this move
mine
loses
wasn't
material.
such a bad
That
move,
pawn
was
was
it?
free for the taking.
All right, lost the
You are
pawn.
losing material this way. They had an opportunity to punish your inaccurate play, but didn't catch
No,
it.
but that wasn't inaccurate, though, because he basically salvaged everything, because if I take, he takes, everything's still on with the backing of the bishop.
Nice job
That's
blocking
why I
the
had
attack on your pawn.
I had to force it.
This is a fair trade. You use the recapture to develop an exchange.
And then that was
Your
it.
knight comes into play,
Pressure was
supporting
gone.
the center.
I'm happy
That's
with
a useful
that.
pin you found.
Can't lie.
Queenside castling becomes available for your opponent.
This was
here.
more. This was more like, geez, he's not letting up.
This prepares a safe queenside castle. For
I
your
know
king.
that knights on the rim are grim, but that was the best move.
They kick your bishop with a pawn, forcing it to. You found a safer square for your bishop.
Yeah, bring it back in. Why? If I take you, that does absolutely nothing for me. Then you take with your bishop. You've got a bishop in the game, and I haven't. No, don't work like that.
They played one of the best moves here.
Don't get me wrong. I knew I was letting it back in, but I just had to believe in my defense.
Your bishop has more scope from this square.
Bringing the bishop back, because ultimately, look at these two. What are they doing? You got the queen just looking in every direction, and then you got the bishop looking in every direction behind it. If that knight comes in, you know, anywhere, it's targeted. Don't forget this as well.
They offer a fair trade of pieces. With that move, you chase the bishop away. This move puts their bishop on a safer. Castling kingside helps to complete your. They are right on target.
Then I started feeling these boys moving down. I thought, this guy knows how to play.
This is a fine move. They exchange pieces of equal value. You captured back.
Thought that was a good move.
Your opponent moves their queen.
I thought
You
that
offered
was
your
a good
opponent an
move.
opportunity to exchange pieces of equal value. They are threatening to checkmate the king.
Yeah. Did any of you see that? Were you screaming at the telly?
You prevented your opponent
Had
from being
to
able to
take
checkmate the king. Recaptures. This move leaves one of your pawns hanging for free. You had an opportunity. They capitalized on the
Yeah,
pin against
didn't
your
even
pawn.
see that, you know.
This move leaves one of your pawns hanging
Because
for
I
free.
totally
You had an
forgot.
opportunity to capture it. They capitalized. Your pawn is left hanging and can be captured for free. They had a better way to capture a free pawn. You've just allowed your pawn to be taken without a fight.
In it.
This move left their bishop hanging. They missed a chance to capture a free pawn.
Yeah, that was his mistake.
That bishop was free for the taking.
Man got a great move in the king.
This move left their bishop hanging. That bishop was free for
A
the taking.
lot of people
This move
would have
left
just
their
went
bishop hanging.
bang
They
or
missed a chance
bang.
to capture a free pawn.
Let's have it right. Man chose to take with the king.
That bishop was free for the taking. This move checks your king with two pieces at the same time. You escape the check from the rook. Their best option was to move it, a straightforward recapture. A correct move to get their knight. Your move discovers an attack on the knight.
Yep. Because at that, I'm thinking, hang on a minute. We're a piece up here. Don't know how,
That's
but
playable.
we are.
You
Get
trade off
gone.
equal material. A clear recap. Very good choice. Their pawn. A good choice. Good job defending that pawn. They made one of the. You want a pawn for free. That's not.
I'm
a
not
mistake,
going to
but they
lie.
did
I'm not
find
the best
move
at
here.
endgames. And this might have seemed simple to certain people watching, but I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is even.
Your piece makes sure the opponent's pawn. They defended their pawn, which was by adding an attacker. Their
And at
king
this
is now
point, I'm
leaving the
thinking,
back
let's
rank
get
to
rid
become
of
a
his
key player
rook.
in the endgame. Taking that pawn will win material. Takes back.
Because I'm not going to lie, I
Their king
considered
is now leaving the back rank to become a key
check,
player in the
but
endgame.
then what? Let's get rid of his rook.
Takes back. A logical capture.
Let's trust in our abilities to close the show.
Precise move from your opponent. Well done. An excellent move.
No way. I don't know how
Creating
I
a
found
pawn
it.
chain. This is a fine move. You are now able to take an outpost with a knight. Good idea to take the outpost. Your opponent creates a pawn chain. Not the best move, but not bad either. Your opponent's backward pawn is on a semi-open file. You calmly step the knight out of trouble. They played the strongest move available. Your move gets closer to checkmate.
That was
You
the strongest
captured that
move
free pawn.
available.
They move their king out of the check from your knight. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. I like their choice. Your move gets closer to checkmate. They are right on target. You continue the checkmate attack. They move their king out of the check from your pawn. You're continuing down the road.
I was
they move their
worried
king out of
that
the
if
check
I
from your
went
pawn.
here, none of these can move because they're blocked, which means that this king ultimately needs a way out if I'm not to be able to check him. So I couldn't do the math because I was like 3 minutes 30 seconds and he had 20 minutes left. But I was thinking, like, what if I went in there, put you in check, you come across, because you can't go on any of these squares, and then I suppose I could have pushed forward actually, and that would have been checkmate. But that all worked.
You continue the checkmate attack.
That all worked just as well.
That pawn was yours for the taking.
I enjoyed that. I feel good about that. We got ourselves a win. We're back on 9-11. Let's keep it up. If you've enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is the road to 1000 and we are heading there. I can feel it in my bones.